How's everyone doing today? Another beautiful day to enjoy. Look, it's sunny out here in Kent today. Lovely, lovely day. How are you all? Parents, students? Today I have something interesting to share with you. It's a story that I share with my students a lot. And I want to title it, Believe in Yourself. Often, when I meet students as from year 10, they usually tell me, Dr. O, I don't know science. I have never passed science. I cannot do science. They give me every reason in the book. And I usually listen. And I tell them one of my many stories. So today I'm going to share my first story with you. And this story is that of an 8-year-old girl who believed in herself. This 8-year-old girl is called Roseline, and she was born in Africa, and she was living with her paternal grandmother. The paternal grandmother did not believe in education and therefore refused to send the child to school, even when the parents told the grandmother to send her to school. She told the parents she was sending the child, but she never did. During the holidays, they went to visit the parents in the city. And the girl's father, Rosaline's father, asked for Rosaline's results. And the grandmother gave every reason. Oh, Roseline is useless. She has no brain. She cannot study. It's a waste of your money to send her to school. In fact, there is a man who wants to marry her. The man is very rich. He only has 2 wives. Roseline was 8 years old at this time, in year 4. In Africa, when an elder is speaking, children don't say a word. Roseline was an exception. She stood up, and the father, looking at her, ready to discipline her for not passing exams, looked at Roseline. Roseline stood, and in a very quiet tone, she said to her dad, Father, you may beat me, but before you beat me, hear me out. When children are in school and I'm not in school, whatever they are teaching the children in school, do I hear? When my grandmother sends me to do chores for her instead of going to school, do I magically learn what others are learning? And she went on talking, and the father's anger evaporated. He asked Rosaline's mother to go straight to the village and bring Rosaline's transfer certificate. And that was how Roseline was brought back to the city. 2 years later, in year 6, Roseline did not even consider going to selective school. In fact, the father wasn't thinking of sending Roseline to school, secondary school, because Rosaline's immediate younger sibling is a boy. So in Africa then, way back, decades back, you don't waste your money on girls. So the man was planning on saving his money to send his son to school. And Roseline was going to learn handwork. But it was compulsory for every child then to take what they call the common entrance. So Roseline took this common entrance. And that beautiful day in class, the teacher received letters inviting 3 of the children in that class to attend an interview. The interview was for newly created federal school, selective school. And this teacher praised these children so much, and Roseline was listening. And she was just thinking, oh, well, I'm not going to secondary school, so it doesn't matter. And she called the first child, gave the child an envelope. She called the second child, gave the child his envelope. called the third child, and it was Roseline. And Roseline said, no, ma, I did not select any selective school. You know, out of shock. And the teacher said, if you did not, how come you have been invited? You must have done very well. And Roseline goes, no, I can't learn. And the teacher laughed and said, you can't learn? Interesting. This must be a good way to start then. Take this letter home to your parents. Very few people have this opportunity. You must have done very well. Take it home to your parents. And Roseline took that letter home to her parents. And the father was shocked. But my mother said you can't learn. How can federal school invite you for an interview when you didn't even apply? We did not even take their form. Cut long story short, Roseline went for that interview and she was selected, and she was sent to a brand new federal school. And she went through the 5 years of secondary education then in Africa, and she ended up with a grade 1, and she ended up going to university. She got a 2nd degree, and she got a 3rd degree. This is a story I share with my students who do not believe in themselves because of prior experience. Somebody has told them they cannot learn. They themselves do not believe they can learn. If you believe in yourself, even the sky will not stop you. That Roseline is the person you are looking at right now. I am that Roseline. And if you are a child looking at me right now, I need you to know that you can pass the sky if you aim high enough. An able chemist, very prominent chemist, once said, the possibility of impossible does not exist. By Margaret Thatcher. I need you, if you are looking at me right now, to imbibe that culture. I can do it. Do it with the very best of your ability, and you will surprise yourself. My students who say they cannot succeed in chemistry, when I tell them this story, they usually laugh. And they will say, Dr. O, you would have been married at age 8? And I laugh. That was the culture in the locality that I was living at the time. In other words, where you are today does not determine where you will be tomorrow. Don't ever give up on yourself. Because when there is a will, there is a way. Have a pleasant day. Bye for now.